Now let us continue. What are the scenes comprising the falling action of the fairy tale? So the falling action starts when the prince scavenged the whole kingdom to find the owner of the shoe, up until he reached Cinderella's house and found her and fit the shoe on her. So remember, in falling action, the conflict should be resolved. So in this part, wherein Cinderella fit the shoe, that is where the conflict was solved, because it was found out that she is the original owner of the shoe. And we have the last part, resolution. So it should achieve a state of normalcy. Everything should go back to normal. So in this fairy tale, and they live happily ever after. So that is the resolution for Cinderella. Now let us continue with the last part of our discussion. We have the different types of drama. Now the first type of drama is problem play. Now problem play is a form of drama that emerged in the 19th century as a part of the wider movement of realism in the arts. Now it deals with contentious social issues that is rampant at that time through debates between the characters on stage, who typically represent conflicting points of views within a realistic social context. So an example of a problem play is Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. The problem play is neither tragic nor comic. It's like a debate in acting form. Each character represents a certain point of view. So instead of them expressing their emotions, they're expressing their point of view about a certain political or social issue. The next type of drama is farce. Farce is a comedy that aims at entertaining the audience through situations that are highly exaggerated, extravagant, and thus improbable. So an example of farce comedy is The Three Stooges, Moe, Larry, and Curly, and Mr. Bean. Now, as you can see, one of the qualities of farce comedy is exaggeration. And that is a quality that is present in The Three Stooges. They entertain people through punching, hurting, and throwing things at one another. And it's also the same with Mr. Bean. The next type of drama is comedy of manners. Comedy of manners is an entertainment form which satirizes or mocks the manners and affectations of the upper class society in a way that is essentially true, and it is often represented by stereotypical stock characters. So an example of a film under comedy of manners is Mean Girls. So Mean Girls are full of stereotypical stock characters. The protagonist, Lindsay Lohan, is a stereotypical character. She comes from an exotic country. She was homeschooled. That is why she never experienced that American high school. As she was growing up, she was smart, and therefore she was bullied. So the three antagonists, as you can see on the poster, your typical popular girls. So they are popular and they are mean. So aside from that, the Mean Girls movie is also full of stereotypical mannerisms wherein mothers are trophy wives and some of the girls are experiencing anorexia or bulimia. So an example of a book which is under comedy of manners also is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. So Jane Austen created this book as a form of rebellion against the expectations towards women in 18th century. In 18th century, the end game for a woman is to be able to marry well, to be able to marry a well-bred man. And that is one of the affectations or mannerisms or traditions that Jane Austen is mocking, that a woman is equated by the kind of man she marries. She is equated by how well she dresses, how well she carries herself, the children that she will produce. So in this novel, Jane Austen is aiming to change the mindset of the people and let the women be independent. The next form of drama is fantasy. Fantasy is a fiction genre that uses magic and other supernatural elements as a main plot, element, theme, or setting. So, an example of a drama under fantasy, you have Encantadia, Pedro Penduko is also an example. Juan de la Cruz is also an example of a drama under the fantasy genre. And you have Victor Magtanggol is also an example of a fantasy type of drama. And the last type of drama is melodrama. Melodrama is an exaggerated form of drama wherein authors enhance the storylines in order to tug the heartstrings of the audience. An example of melodramatic pieces, Pangako Sa'yo, Esperanza, you have Mara Clara. It's also an example of a melodramatic piece. Now, which drama started the Filipinos' love for melodrama? It was Marimar. Marimar started this fondness of the Filipinos towards melodramas. Thank you very much for listening, everyone, and thank you for joining me towards this humanities course. Now, enjoy your Christmas break, and the last activities for this chapter is now uploaded in your respective Google Classrooms, so please check them out.